Good afternoon, Thomas. How are you this afternoon?
Jonathan, I'm doing fantastic, buddy. I'm doing fantastic. And I want to jump into something that's, been coming up in the news a little bit on the in-depth side. Um, the power of AI, will it be manipulating to the consumer? And what I've come across, what they're doing, let's do a simple one. I actually personally came across this about a week ago. The singer of the Doors, Jim Morrison, who died in '73. All right. There was a song by a group called Danzig called Mother. It was a great tune. It was back in the early '90s. Anyway, they manipulated um, Jim Morrison and did all the AI stuff, and they had him singing the song. And I'm like, listen to him, like, this is a great tune. But you know what? It's so deceiving because it's not him. And they're able to do stuff like that. The second portion where, I want to get in depth on the business side, as we know, for the last, probably close to 20 years, when we call customer service for a company, a major corporation, we're getting transferred to the Philippines and India. All right. And we know it can be, very annoying hearing that, especially Indian accent. Nothing against anybody, but, when you're from like the Midwest or from down south, you're not used to that. You and I were originally from the metro New York area. So, you know what? We grew up in the melting pot. But now with AI, they're going to be able to speak just in their regular dialect. And actually, they're going to sound however they want to the customer. They can sound Southern. They can sound, like Northeastern. They'll just speak perfect English. Okay. But that to me is being deceitful and manipulative to the consumer itself. Also, it's going to take away a lot of jobs here in America because you just got to pay a fraction of the hourly rate to hire people in the Philippines, especially, and in India, and even in parts of Eastern Europe. Your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll take it a little step further about AI and
Please
how
do.
how it could and how it is going to continue to change the landscape across most businesses. For an example, you are able to right now sign up for there's several out there. I won't mention them specifically, but there are several out there where you can sign up for their software, their AI software, and you record a couple clips of yourself talking in front of the camera. And then
Mhm.
after, I think it's like anywhere from 15 minutes or 3 minutes, depending on which one you're using, they will then know how to change your mouth to say the words, and they'll use your voice so you can put together a script, and then it will just do the video for you. So that in itself is gonna it might help a lot of businesses create a lot of content, a lot of videos. It may make things less personal because now you're not actually getting a person that is looking at your problem. They might just have an automated response based on what your question may be. But they're definitely going to be using this technology more and more. We experimented with it to see how it works, and we didn't get positive feedback, quite honestly, because most people were like, it's still not 100% perfect, where you can, if you're really smart, you can figure out that this is not the person talking. But for probably the majority of the people, they didn't know about it. They would think, wow, this person, this is it, this is the person, they're using it. Maybe they're just not, they're off today, whatever it may be. But it might help, it might not help. But there are there's definitely a lot of ways where AI hurts people, individual people, because now the AI is going to be taking over their job, their responsibilities. It might reduce their responsibilities, so now they don't have to work that 7 to 8 hour shift. Maybe they only need half. But yeah, I can definitely see it continue to make a huge impact in the workforce.
Yeah, one thing going back about 35 years ago, the CIA, you could read like 12 separate sentences, all right, when they were actually developing kind of like spyware on software side of things. And those certain words within the sentences were key because they could actually change dialect. So think about it. That's 35 years ago. This is like basically in the late 80s. Now with the advancement of AI, et cetera, now I'm also starting to notice just when I'm on YouTube, there's like a commercial that comes up. Hey, for $50, you can, get a job just reading scripts, just script after script after script, get paid $50. That's going to what you were saying because they're looking for those keywords. They're looking the way different people, their dialect is. You could be from the New England area, Boston, the Bronx area in New York. You could be Long Island, Jersey, out to California. Certain parts of California have different dialects. So that's what they're looking to do. So that, once this all gets put into the AI system, just like ChatGPT, which, there's a certain better percentage of people that are familiar with that. The more you use it, the more it gets fed different questions and different answers. It's getting stronger and stronger and stronger. The same thing's going to happen with the AI end. Again, technology, it can be a great thing, but it can also be dangerous. Going back to what we talked about, the VR goggles 2 weeks ago, that's going to be used in a manipulative way. That's what they're going to do. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, especially on the educational side for younger children.
Oh, you do see, there are videos out there. You can see it on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it may be. There
Mhm.
are videos out there of people that aren't actually doing the videos. There are specific big people out there that are making videos daily, and these people figure out, and it's very easy. We can do it right now ourselves if we wanted to. They clone that avatar, and then they say, "Oh, this guy is going to be saying whatever I want them to say because I can just type it out." And this technology is making it seem like they're saying it. So you're gonna have to be very careful, and that's one of the reasons I didn't like it when you put your voice and person, your visual self into the software. They'll have it forever, even though they say they don't. They only keep it secure on these servers and whatnot. You don't know, I guess, right? I mean, how many times do people tell you that your credit cards are safe in their systems, and then a few months later you get a notice that, oh, there was a breach, they took your information. So nothing is 100% secure, I guess, right?
Mhm.
That's what we're gonna have to
Oh,
always take by this. So
oh,
by people having your voice, your visual self, even if you see in Whole Foods, now they're doing the digital scans of your palm.
mhm.
So at what point are we gonna be kind of just up in the air, not really 100% secure in any way? You're gonna have to be very careful. Cybersecurity, security of all your, identity and all that's gonna be very, very important. So AI is changing the landscape, like we said. There are
Mhm.
there are good things that it could be used for, but there are also, for every one good thing, there's probably 10 bad things that can come out of it.
Well, knowing that it's going to be going for the power of the major corporations, it's going to be used against the people, and that's it. Put them at a disadvantage, and that's what the major corporations are going to look to do. Kind of like, don't want to get political, but back in 2002, when the Patriot Act got passed, they used basically 9/11. Oh, we got to protect everybody from terrorism. But if you sit down and read the Patriot Act, it's not protecting the people; you're policing the people, and that's exactly what it was because by they said I think it was 2015 or 2016, all cars must have a black box in them, and this was in the Patriot Act in 2002. Basically, they can locate you, track you, whatever it may be. Also, all phone calls and text messages actually had to be kept and supplied by the providers, the Verizons, the Sprints, the Nextels that were at, back then. Okay, so all the stuff's being stored up, and the NSA actually has a huge place in Utah where they've been storing everybody's like voice conversations in Texas. So what do you think is going to happen on the AI end? You look at things like Alexa that Amazon has, you know, it's listening to your conversations in your house. Your phone listens to you, and that's been doing it for like a good 5 or 6 years because you and I could have a conversation, might talk about, some consumer product, and all of a sudden it's popping up on our phone. And it's like, hello, who's listening to you? People got to wake up. They just have to wake up and realize. So be very careful, especially if you have children. Be on top of this. Do not let these devices police your children, okay? Because they're going to end up controlling your kids. All right, listen, hopefully this has been creative knowledge for you. We ask you to subscribe, hit that thumbs up, the like button. Appreciate it. If you have any comments, please comment below. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you. Have a great day. Enjoy.
Take care.